Hey guys, this is Tough Horse Reacts, and I'm back to react to Death Battle, the 2025 finale, Ash versus Yugi, Pokemon versus Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh boy, I have been anxiety-ridden throughout this entire waiting period for Ash versus Yugi, mainly because Pokemon means just that much to me in my life, and like the common consensus is that Ash loses pretty badly, but, you know, further looking into it, I'm like, oh wait, Ash does actually have a chance here, but most arguments do favor Yugi, so, like, it pains me to say it, like, that I am going to be rooting for Ash, but if I were to bet money, it would be on Yugi, so, yeah, I just think Yugi just, okay, I should probably like get into like, you know, my connection with both of these characters. I'll start with like, you know, I'll start with what the least connections to like the most, and so yeah, I gotta start with Yugi. I didn't actually watch Yu-Gi-Oh growing up. I saw exactly one episode of not even the original Yu-Gi-Oh. I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh GX. I can't remember. In fact, I'm not even sure if it was Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. All I know is that the main character was fighting the villain, and the villain had this weird gimmick where, like, a card was, like, floating in the air. It's like, and it's rotating, and if it rotates right side up, I get a buff. But if it lands upside down, you get a buff. And, like, and that's really all I remember. Or at least it was something like that, and I didn't even see it at home. I remember watching it in, like, a hotel, I think at the beach or something like that, and, like, again, I was almost a literal toddler. That's, that I don't really have any connection to Yu-Gi-Oh! In my childhood beyond that, because I only watched, like, the original series when I was in college, and even then, like, I just kind of thought it was alright, and then, but, of course, my main connection through Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged Series, but that's not even relevant here because Little Karibo isn't voicing Yugi or Yami, so... Alright, but it's Tom Schalk, apparently, which... The range on that guy. But yeah, that's pretty much all my connection to Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I think Yugi's cool, don't get me wrong, I don't hate him in any way. It's just... Pokemon has been a large part of my childhood, almost since the beginning. I think I first started getting into Pokemon through the anime, because the first piece of Pokemon media I believe I ever saw was the first movie, and that was, you know, Mewtwo Strikes Back, and of course I loved that movie. And then of course I saw a few episodes of the anime before I actually started watching it consistently, and I believe both of them were like the Gen 3 anime, or rather, when May and Max were traveling with Ash and Brock. One of them was, like, the first part of a two-parter, including, like, the Pokemon Ranger Salona and Deoxys, but again, that's about all I remember. And the other one was, I believe, a battle against one of the Frontier Brains. I can't remember what her name was, but she had the two fighting. She had Hariyama and Medicham, and Ash had Grovyle and Snorlax, and Snorlax 2v1'd it. But yeah, but then I actually started getting into the anime for real, and that's when I believe I dropped in somewhere, like, in Sinnoh. I can't remember exactly where, but I'm pretty sure it was, like, Galactic Battles, and, like, you know, I'm in, like, the second half of Sinnoh, and, you know, watched it all the way through, loved every single bit of it, even if Tobias was a cheating hack. And then I watched all of Unova. I watched all of the Gen 5 anime from beginning to end as a kid, and even then, as a kid, I'm like, some of this is just stupid. like this is, like, yeah, like, even, like the League in particular really frustrated me, because I remember, like, I had watched the Sinnoh League, so I thought, hey, Ash is going to bring back all of his old Pokemon, and, you know, completely unaware that was apparently almost an original thing that Sinnoh did, but no, so Unova decided, you know, to, you know, just include the Unova Pokemon that Ash had, and damn it, that fight against Cameron. Okay. But yeah, but after the Unova anime, I just stopped watching the Pokemon anime, which I guess is a shame, considering I've heard that the X and Y anime is really good. I did watch the X and Y, some of the X and Y anime when I got older, but I just couldn't get into it really. Like there were a few fun moments here and there. Don't get me wrong. It's just I just couldn't get into it the same way I could with like other series. But yeah, but I think I was mainly connected to Pokemon through like the movies because after I saw the first movie, I I remember watching the second and third movies at some point. I'm not sure when. I know I used to own both those movies on like this one, disc because it was like on one side of the disc it's movie 2, but on the other side it's movie 3, and I love those movies. But I know the first movie I saw apart from those was the fourth movie, the Celebi movie. And I used to have it on VHS, but if you don't know what a VHS is, Google it. I don't have time to explain. But yeah, but eventually I did get a collector's set, for like, for the films. Like but yeah, I haven't really touched this in forever, but yeah, but I remember seeing all of these movies at some point, like on my own before I got the disc. So yeah, Pokemon Heroes, the movie with Latios and Latias, Forever, Celebi, Destiny Deoxys. I remember specifically seeing Destiny Deoxys when I was a kid, and like there's like this big high school thing that they were having, and so my mom brought me and my cousin, and like we just kind of sat in a classroom and watched Destiny Deoxys on the TV in there. And then there was Jirachi Wishmaker. I got that at Blockbuster at one point. Do you remember Blockbuster? I very much doubt you do if you didn't know what a VHS was. But yeah, but I do remember like watching all of the Sinnoh movies, and like even today, I think the Sinnoh movies are peak. All of them, all 4 of them. Specifically the first 3 because it's like, it's a trilogy. They all tell like one story. I mean, technically you can watch all of them separately without, needing to watch the other ones, but still, I, of course, love the Zoroark movie, and then they made the, then they made, like, the first Unova movie was weird because it was technically 2 movies. They just, swapped around who had what legendary. It was fun regardless, but still. But yeah, other than that, like, I'm not an avid Pokemon card collector, but like but I mean, this looks like a decent stack, I guess, but like, I don't know, it's not too much, I guess, but like, but yeah, I just remember like, I remember getting like a pack like on a whim, but like, yeah, and then, again, I didn't really touch Pokemon cards for the longest time until, like, college, when someone, like, in, like, a club I was in, like, went to Japan and got Japanese Pokemon cards. So, that was pretty cool. But, yeah, I don't know what kind of card game this is, but like they're like circular cards, like, or something like that. Like it's based on Sinnoh, obviously, because Sinnoh is my favorite version of the anime. But yeah, I did get a few plushies growing up. Oddly enough, I didn't like get any like wearable merchandise. You'd think I would gotten like a hat or something, like, or a shirt, but no, I don't actually have any Pokemon shirts or any kind of clothes for it. But yeah, like I said, I got a few plushies. I got a Shaman plushie. I got of course Pikachu, and Squirtle, and oddly enough Happiny. I'm not sure where I got Happiny from. I know I used to have like Charmander and my first Pokemon plushie was a Turtwig, but like it was on short notice. I can't find it. Like I'm gonna guess it's buried somewhere in a box, but like I don't know. But yeah, that's my whole connection to like Pokemon franchise other than the games. So, like I said, I had a time card. If you're sticking with me this long, I'm almost 10 minutes into this. I'm only halfway done. I'm sorry. I need you guys to understand just how much of an impact Pokemon has had on my life, because I do remember the first Pokemon game I ever played wasn't even my own. It was Pokemon Emerald that my friend owned, and like he let me play some of it, and like I thought it was really fun. And so, like, the new Pokemon game was coming out, that was Pokemon Platinum, and I really wanted that game, but unfortunately it was a new game, so it cost quite a bit more, and I didn't have a Nintendo DS, and so I saved up money for a DS, specifically for Platinum, but unfortunately I was a bit too impatient and just bought a DS, but I only had enough money for, like, a used game, and that used game was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. You even see, like, the old used GameStop thing. At least I'm fairly certain I got it at GameStop. If it wasn't a GameStop, I don't know where I got it. But yeah, but yeah, I love Blue Rescue Team to death. I remember I had Rescue Team DX. Do I have it in here somewhere? I'm fairly certain. Okay, maybe not. Okay. I thought I brought it down with me, but yeah, but of course, eventually I got Pokemon Platinum. Just a second. There's the cartridge right there. The only reason I'm showing you the cartridge right here is because this is not my original copy of Pokemon Platinum. This is this is quite, I don't know what happened to the cover of it. I really don't. But that was my original cartridge. I did at some point further in life I did get Pokemon Diamond, but like I don't have the case for it, at least not anymore. I'm fairly certain I had the case at some point. But yeah, then like I got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers the Sky. Peak game. I love every bit of this. Pokemon Platinum may be my favorite Pokemon game of all time, but Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers the Sky, I love it to pieces. So much so that on the Christmas I got 2 of them. That was through no fault of my own. That's more like my family didn't communicate very well. Like one side of the family got me one copy of the game, and the another side got me another copy of the game. But I still do have the second case for it, but unfortunately the second the cartridge itself has been lost to time. Then of course Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because yeah, I'm unhinged. Okay, Pokemon Black and Pokemon White, though unfortunately the cartridge for White has been lost to time. That is unfortunate. The Unova games are actually really, really good. Pokemon Black 2, this is not my original copy. This is a copy I bought online years later, and yeah, so I do remember getting like one of them new, but I can't remember. I also have like another one of my first Pokemon games was Pokemon Ranger. Love that one, and of course I got Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, and of course the third Pokemon Ranger game, Guardian Signs. Just fun times all around. I love Pokemon Ranger. It's great. And of course we got like Pokemon Y, and then just the Gen 6 games is kind of a disappointment. I got Super Mystery Dungeon, though I don't remember getting very far in it. I think I got bored with it after like, I don't know, 10 minutes. I should probably get back into it at some point. And of course Pokemon Omega Ruby, great. I love the Hoenn remakes. Then Pokemon Moon and Pokemon Ultra Sun. I decided to get the opposite version for when the sequel came out. Again, love those games. Like I prefer the original games over the Ultra games, but whatever. But yeah, I'm almost done. Don't worry, I'll get to the. I think I'm just prolonging this because I don't want to see Ash die. But yeah, I got Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii. I played it quite a bit, though I'm not sure of like if there was any story I played. I just played a whole bunch of Pokemon battles on it. Let's see, I got Pokemon Shield. Good game. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, because yeah. Oh, okay. What do you know? I did bring Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Okay, all right. That good. I did not forget it. Like I said, great remake. Unfortunately, they're probably not gonna make another one because I think it undersold. Then Brilliant Diamond. I used to have Shining Pearl, but I sold that thing. In all honesty, I should have sold this too. Disappointing remakes. Literally the worst games in the mainline series. Thankfully, Legends Arceus more than makes up for it. Oh man, I love this game. I still haven't beaten Volo in it, unfortunately. He's just too hard of a boss for me right now. And I remember when Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were released, and I actually just didn't get them, and then I saw a whole bunch of reviews saying that they were trash, so I was just like, I'll hold off on it. And like a year later, like on a whim, I just oh, no, I did get Pokemon Scarlet on release, but I just didn't play it. And then like a year later, I just kind of looked at it in my like video game collection and just went, why not? And so I started playing it, and what do you know? It was one of the most enjoyable Pokemon experiences I've ever had. I've had in a while. And then I was so into it, I bought the DLC, and then I completed the DLC, and I was still so into it, so I went and bought Pokemon Violet. And I got so into it, and I bought the DLC, and then I completed it, and I was like, now what? I guess I gotta wait. But yeah, I do have Legends ZA, but it's upstairs and still in my Switch 2 right now. I probably should have brought, like, the case down here, but whatever. All this to say, oh yeah, I forgot, Pokemon Ruby. Okay, that's the last one, I promise. But yeah, that is to say, yeah, if you couldn't tell by now, I'm a massive Pokemon fan, and I do think Ash does have a decent chance of winning this. I believe I made a comment saying, like, I believe the chance is, like, 45 to 55 in Yugi's favor. It's not a stomp. Like, at least from what I can tell, it's not a big stomp. But it does seem like Yugi does have better battlefield control, and through that, and, like, you know, his various trap and spell cards, his like, you know, probability manipulation, Ash is definitely going to be on the back foot throughout most of the fight. But being on the back foot is where Ash excels. This is when he starts pulling out BS maneuvers that should really not be possible, but he pulls them off anyway. And, of course, like, Yugi is going to, you know, maybe make a shadow game with some complicated rules, but, like, Ash isn't an idiot, or rather, you know, high wisdom, low intelligence. He's that kind of build. He's a shonen protagonist through and through, but Ash is going to, you know, find a way to work within these rules, but unfortunately this still means that Yugi's going to have control throughout the entire battle, and there's very little Ash is going to be able to do about it. But yeah, the bond between Ash and his Pokemon is just, I believe it's just better than what Yugi has a bond with his cards, which I'm not trying to downplay, like, the effectiveness, like, or rather, you know, I'm not trying to downplay, you know, the heart of the cards or whatever. But I do believe that while Yugi does have, like, a bond with, like, you know, with, like, Dark Magician and, like, Dark Magician Girl, because, you know, weird reincarnation stuff and, like, just weird Millennium item BS is what I should probably say. But, the bond between Ash and his Pokemon is just so much more. They are their own family, and it's great. But yeah, I've just been immersing myself in Pokemon media, and honestly, I think I'm just setting myself up for crying when Ash dies. But yeah, like I said, I don't think this is a stomp necessarily. It's just I believe it's going to come down to their highest tier Pokemon, and Ash does have Solgaleo, but and downscaling from Ultra Necrozma and stuff like that, I do believe Solgaleo can contend with the God cards. But that's still a 3v1, and not even accounting for Yugi sacrificing 2 of them to empower the 3rd one, nor is it counting Exodia. And apparently there's, like, another, like, godlike card, Horcardi or something like that. I don't know. It was something. I've only seen it in text, but, like, who even knows if that? I've never seen it been discussed before like the G1 blog. So, oh man, and the G1 blog is even worse because when the votes came in, it was 17-0 in Yugi's favor. Oof. Okay, but yeah, I think I've been delaying myself for too long. I'm almost 20 minutes into this. This is the longest I think I've ever done, like, talking about a matchup. I think the closest I ever got was Bowser versus Eggman, because, you know, I actually had stuff to talk about for that, because, like, I love Sonic, and, like, you know, of course I had to bring in, like, you know, my connections to both characters, and, like, yeah, this is just, I had to bring this stuff up. Just, yeah, alright, okay, I've been prattling on way too long. Let's just get it over with. Alright, we'll start things up in 3, 2, 1, play. Right, Pikachu?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Good voice acting so far. That, like, Elsie Lovelock as Ash is actually, well, that was actually spot on.
Question from the playground: Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick,
and it's
our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. All right, let's do this.
This is a big episode. Just
okay.
How long it is.
Right, yeah, I was about to say, this is a 30-minute long episode. This is going to be a long video I'm making.
Go check out Mad Mushroom's newest
game, okay,
Night Swarm.
All right, they're just starting things off immediately with an ad. All right, I was prepared to, like, start, you know, watching Ash's stuff again, but, you because I've watched those
Each run is
previews to
another
death
step
by
on your
now.
journey to wipe out hordes, find new followers, unlock new quests,
But yeah, might as well talk about it now. Oh, did you guys like hear about what the matchup was chosen for the champion stuff? And like, you know, Kamen Rider Geese versus Saber Nero. Awesome stuff. I was so inspired. I made a video. I made a trailer. But yeah, all
the
right.
kids get their first one at age 10. If you don't sleep in like Ash Ketchum from
Yep.
Town.
Ash wanted to be a Pokemon master, though he didn't really know what that meant.
Also,
yet.
whichever
How about
Pokemon
taking
committee you watched growing up,
Daniel to
I'm
be the
glad they were
very
able
best,
to.
like no one
I'm
ever
glad they
was.
were able.
Better than
They're
Gary
able to
and
joke
Jim
like that.
groupies.
It reminds me of
Find
like
his answers
Isa
at the
Midoriya,
Pokemon
like
League tournament.
his
So,
his
who
romantic
hooked him up with
interests.
the electric mouse?
Certainly
Pikachu.
one of them.
And went, he's your problem now, Steve."
Yeah.
Pikachu was.
I did watch the first few episodes
The new
of
duo
like
had a rocky
the original
start, but after
Pokemon
an intense
series
first
like
day
years
together,
ago,
the
but
rest,
like
as they say,
I
is
don't.
history.
But at some point I stopped watching it. I think I got through like, you know, when Caterpie evolved all the way into Butterfree, so.
10-year-old on the great Pokemaniac journey.
We should note we are prioritizing the anime that Ash is
Right,
from,
yeah.
which often differs from the original games that inspired it.
Yeah, which is going to make this very
Tons of
complicated
Pokeballs
because,
and an all-knowing
yeah.
Pokédex. That's also a Pokemon.
Yeah,
But in a fight,
Rotom,
Ash
yep.
usually chooses Pikachu. Give the yellow-red enough voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground types that would be immune to electric attacks in the games can't stop with this Pikachu dish.
Yeah, loves ketchup. Yep,
Somehow
all right.
Ash is just fine after repeatedly getting
Right,
zapped by
yeah,
the
he's
same
got
electricity.
a bit of cartoon
Time,
logic on his
Pikachu
side
learned
too,
Volt
so.
Tackle, Electro Web, Electro Ball, and
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt. The perfect attack for Oko
I'm
and
loving
flamboyant
the
beams
edits.
and air
Oh,
balloons.
yeah.
Looks like they're blasting off again.
so clearly the anime doesn't follow the game rules. Like when
Right,
Pikachu
yeah.
shot himself
Yeah,
with
Thunder
his own
Armor. This
thunder
is
while
BS,
on
but it's
Swellow,
kind of awesome.
is vulnerable to lightning.
But somehow they use thunder as a super.
Yeah, there's
armor.
no
Even
explanation
learn
for
how
it,
to
by the
deflect
way.
attacks by just spinning
Other than
really
Swellow
fast.
just kind of a bit more resistant to
Fast,
electricity
Pikachu
than
has
normal, but
intercepted
like,
lightning,
yeah.
But Quick Attack increases that speed even more.
And his Iron Tail really pairs well with Ash's offensive style. The guy plays crazy, opting for big damage over stalling.
Ash's style is so unusual that when a robot scanned his tactics, it exploded.
Yeah.
As the great philosophers put it, if it works,
If it works, is it still stupid?
Ash and Pikachu
Yeah, there we go. That's how the
is
Marine
magnetic
Corps
and
works,
brought them new
honestly.
allies. Misty, Brock, Serena, just to name a few.
Yeah.
Underneath the stubbornness and crispy bikes, they are
Yeah.
loyal friends.
Just like Ash's Pokemon. They're not just collecting dust in a shiny hunting box. Ash's League ID won't let him carry more than 6 at a time, but if he needs them,
But
they'll
yeah,
all come
we gotta
running.
include all the
Water types
Pokemon
like
for this.
Squirtle and Lapras are key in
Otherwise,
seafaring
like,
fights,
is this
and
really
Ash can
fair?
combine their water attacks with Glalie
Or
Ice Wave.
rather, you know,
One time, his
yeah,
Weasel
you
got
guys get what I
frozen
mean.
While using Aqua
Yeah,
Jet, which
that's just high
fine.
ice Aqua
Now he's
Jet.
using
That's
Ice
yeah.
Aqua battering ram.
Grass types like Bulbasaur and Torterra induce status effects and heal with synthesis.
But Sceptile's a
Yeah, then
man.
there's
Yeah,
Sceptile.
yeah, so you got a big scary
I love
dark
Torterra,
guy.
but he,
Eat this
like,
leaf
he
blade,
got worse.
Sprinkle victim.
He got
Or
worse the
that's
further
what
he went
I would
along.
say if Tobias didn't action
Yeah,
report
there we go.
frickin' Latios. Give my man a win, 4Kids.
Well, 4Kids just did the localization. They didn't write the show.
They just get me heated. Almost
Yeah.
as much as Infernape's flame.
Hey,
Blade.
there's
Then I'll
the
set
goat.
my Inferno to overdrive. Get
Okay.
my revenge.
Oh, come on.
and
Barely
incinerate
talking about it.
roar.
Barely talking about Infernape. Come
Fiery
on.
passion for reaching the top ASAP. But Charizard wasn't.
Yeah,
on
of
board.
course I talked about
Pursuing
Charizard.
Pride over packs, Ash lost the Viridian Force for the trees and fumbled the Indigo League.
Harsh lesson, but one he needed. Ash started bonding with Pokemon at a deeper level, and that friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
Charizard came around too. He's the last one you want to see on the field. Even if you have a Blastoise like Gary, Ash will call for the most unexpected signature move.
Seismic Toss!
Right, yeah.
The people's elbow of Pokemon. Charizard's so strong, his flamethrower melts boulders. The Pokemon
Hey, yeah,
world
hey,
is
see-
wild.
Ash's
Yeah,
Pokedex
there we
spells
go.
it
Like
out.
they are
Vanilluxe
including
causes
game stuff,
blizzards.
but as long as
Magikarp leaps over
it's
mountains and
it's
into space.
consistent
Dusknoir
with
pulls
the
souls
anime.
into the spirit world.
Oh, and Pikachu cleared a storm as wide as an island.
Wow.
Gotta catch 'em all. Surfetch, Butterfree, Heracross, Scraggy. I can rock Palpitoad, Torkoal,
all right, yeah, all right.
Regions soar new
Good
flying
rapping
heights.
there, Boomstick, or rather, Poke
Land
rapping.
Ash has physical offense like Melmetal and Crocodile, and Gibble will drop Draco Meteors on anyone, but mainly Piplup.
Yeah,
You want
mainly
physical?
Piplup, yes.
Look at Ash. This twerp somehow carried around a Cosmoem, which canonically weighs over a ton.
Yeah.
Oh, and this huge log that's basically a whole tree.
Yeah, here we
He
go.
choked it like it was nothing. Ash can choose his own hands if he wants, and he does a lot. Maybe
He
his
does.
secret is watching the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I love. Oh,
HMO1 cut it in the tall grass.
Peak reference.
Humans and Pokemon must protect and enrich each other's lives.
Like Mimey, the Mr. Mime back home who mind boggles you with Reflect, Light Screen,
okay,
and
well, okay,
Psychic.
they are
Yep,
even giving him Mr.
that
Mime, even though it's
Mime,
not technically
the
one of his
stepdad who Ash caught
Pokemon.
in a Pokeball and brought home. Oh, so that's how it works.
Ash figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura. It's a life force
Ah,
that interacts with
here we
souls
go.
and links Ash with Lucario.
This Jackal excels at CQC and shoots steel beams and aura spheres.
Hmm.
And with Mega Evolution, Lucario's power surges enough to defeat champion Cynthia's Garchomp.
A Mega would have been handy at the Safari.
Well,
Zone,
wow,
where
okay,
Ash
including
accidentally
the guy
caught
putting the
30
gun at him.
Tauros.
Okay. Yeah, he's
And
got
he
30
keeps
Tauros.
Hugging them. Ash, they're bulls.
Yeah,
Genuinely loves his little guys. But boy, does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over and over again.
Yeah.
Just turn the hat backwards and
Yeah,
lock
there we go.
in.
Ash's
If
strength is
if
not
Ash
in
turns the
battle
hat
theory, but
backwards,
his nurtured
he's
bonds.
like
He
he's
knows
not. I
Pokemon
wouldn't say
feelings
he's
better
won,
than
but like
anyone. With
he's
Greninja,
taking it
Ash
seriously.
learned to
Okay,
synchronize
here
his
we go.
senses and movements,
Greninja.
transforming him into Ash Greninja.
It comes with a huge power increase, but there's a catch. Ash shares Greninja's pain. A small price to pay for the ultimate water shuriken.
Ash Greninja ran the ones with Champion Diantha's Mega Gardevoir. And just a normal Gardevoir can conjure black holes.
Ash's Pokemon and
Okay,
teamwork
yeah,
get
they
along
just
like
straight up
ice
are
balls
including,
and
like, game
jelly-filled
stuff. All right.
donuts. They saved the world.
Or
from
maybe
Lysander,
maybe
who
those
tried
Pokedex
to
entries
kill
came from the
all
anime.
life. They
So-
fought the Giants. The Reggie kind, not the New York ones.
Yeah,
who
yeah.
halted Reggie Gigas, who can tow entire regions.
Ash's team battled Steven Stone and Alon, who fought the terraforming primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre.
Ah, don't get me started on Alon. Ash did everything right, but no, Greninja still lost to his Charizard after only getting hit 3 times. How
Oh,
does
okay.
Blastburn beat Water Shuriken? Get your type charts right, poor kids.
Boomstick, 4 kids weren't even around anymore.
Right,
in this
yeah.
era.
Like
Regardless,
yeah,
after
okay.
his loss at Kalos, Ash traveled to Alola and beyond to train. And thanks to some really delicious soup, his new Gengar
okay.
Gigantamax.
Ah,
Kaiju Gengar! He haunts foes with G-Max Terror, or even swallows them up. I bet it smells nasty in there.
yeah,
Ash and Pikachu
probably it
also
is part
soared
poison
above
type.
With their Z move. All they need is a power ring, some JoJo poses.
Yeah,
and
there we go.
Thunderbolt will Evolve into
10 million volt Thunderbolt!
Oh,
This
yeah.
Rainbow Lightning is their ace. You see this coming? You're cooked. Absorb electricity? Cooked.
Yeah,
Used
it
with an
it
Ultra
ignores
Beast?
abilities.
Ash
Yeah.
journeyed so much that monsters from another dimension are nothing to him.
Hmm.
Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the sun god, a legendary Pokemon
okay.
whose Sunsteel Strike lights up the universe.
Huh.
Ash got a gun
Okay.
in his bag for just being a nice dude.
Yeah, there we go.
See you later, Gary.
In fact, when Ash and friends band together, they can halt Dialga's Roar of Time. And Dialga literally controls the concept of
Hmm. Yeah,
time.
there we go.
Is there a legendary Pokemon he hasn't befriended?
But it all started with
yeah, I
Pikachu.
mean,
So
like,
it
he's
was
befriended
gonna
Arceus,
end with
so-
Pikachu. In the Tournament of Champions and Alon, Ash faced
Okay.
the #1 trainer. Finally, after 3,000 years, we're free.
Yeah,
More
there we go.
kids, let my boy win. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, okay,
Ash
just
did
let
his
him have
best,
it.
and he had
Like,
no regrets.
I mean,
Now
it
free
was
to
a fun
hand over
fight,
his
not gonna
torch to
lie.
New bright-eyed trainers.
Ash realized that to him, a Pokemon Master was someone who was friends with every Pokemon. So he and Pikachu threw a stick in the air and walked the way it landed. Because in the world of Pokemon, the journey continues.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, all right. Oh, those.
If you want
That
to
was
travel
great.
the world like Ash or look as rad as Yugi,
Okay.
then we've got the threads for you.
This battle is sponsored
All right.
by Quince.
You'll
Okay.
like this. A bunch of
Oh
good
man,
battles
that's
down
so
with
great.
Quince
Like I know they
ranges,
probably have
so
limited
we
amount of
know
time to
Quince
talk
makes it
about,
easy to look
you know,
sharp,
talk about
feel
every
good, find
Pokemon that
gifts
Ash
that
has, so they
from
couldn't, you know, go
Mongolian
into it.
cashmere
I'm,
sweaters to Italian
I
wool
am
coats.
mad they didn't
Quince
talk
uses
more about
different
Infernape beyond a
premium
passing
materials
mention.
built to
That
hold
that
up without the luxury
Infernape is my
market.
guy.
Nice.
That's
This is
that's the
totally
story
a fit right
arc I
here.
grew up
Just gotta
on.
pop
I
up that
love
collar.
Infernape.
Quince makes the
Just
essentials
the final
every guy
battle
needs.
against Paul
Denim,
is
chinos,
literally
down jackets,
the final
black
battle against
coats,
Paul in
and leather
general
styles
is
built to
is the
last.
best
Just
battle in
feel.
all of
Each piece is
Pokemon,
made
in my
from
opinion
premium
at least.
materials.
But
and by cutting out the middlemen
yeah,
and traditional
just-
markups, Quince delivers
Yeah,
the same quality
okay.
as luxury brands
I
at
guess
a
we'll
fraction of the
I
price.
guess we'll
So get your
maybe get
wardrobe
further into
sorted and
detail
your
once we
gift
get
list
into
handled
the
with
post
Quince.
analysis,
Don't
but
wait. Go to
I guess
quince.com/deathbattle
they are giving him like
for
creation
free
trio
shipping on
scaling,
your
so
order
like
and
I guess we'll see
returns.
like
Now available in Canada
what
too.
they give
That's
Yugi, so
QUINCE.com
yeah, all right.
/deathbattle.
Free shipping and
All right.
365-day returns. Quince.com/deathbattle.
Okay, let's get into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Many a theorist have tried to solve the mystery of ancient Egypt. What was the secret to such a glorious civilization?
Time travel? The divine hand? Aliens? Nah, they were gamers.
Egyptians played
Yeah, no
games
aliens
with
yet.
sorcery. These magical ceremonies punish dark hearts with
I
swift
say if
death
there's
with
intelligent
a
life out
shadow
there,
game.
we should teach them
No,
how to
Wiz, They were
duel.
banished to the Shadow Realm. Wink.
Sadly,
Yeah,
the way of the shadow
it's
games was
hell.
lost
Like,
across time
let's face
and
it,
the
it's hell.
pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's said the one who solves the puzzle would pass judgment on evil. And in the modern day, Yu-Gi-Moto reassembled it and wished for a friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn that jam up! Yugi
Yeah.
was a shy kid that helped run
Friends
his
with
grandpop's game
Bo Bo Bo
shop.
Bo Bo Bo
But
Bo.
little did he know that
Okay,
completing the
all right.
puzzle
I don't
would
even know if I
link
said
his
that
spirit
right.
To an ancient pharaoh.
Yami, always willing to lend Yugi a hand, and always on demon time while doing so.
Right, yeah.
Anime
Yeah,
Jigsaw. Yami wants to play
Yeah,
a
Yu-Gi-Oh!
shadow
Zero
game.
particular.
Whether it's Griddle Air
Eh.
Hockey, Mario Party with chloroform, or the game that would take his world and ours by storm, Duel Monsters.
Yep, there we
It's a
go.
Summoner's War. Time to send monsters to the graveyard and take your foe down to 0 life points.
When Yugi's grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba, Yugi knew it was time to knock him down the only way he knows how. Playing a children's card game.
Because of
And
course.
Florizel, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some seriously messed
Okay,
up
Dark
ways.
Yugi, yeah.
Illusions of being set on fire, swapping your soul, or the infamous Mind Crush.
The Millennium Puzzle does far more than force hallucinations. It brings monsters to reality, forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away spirits.
Right, yeah. Like I said,
But
Yugi's going to have
and
everything
6
he
other
needs. So
Millennium
like,
items are juiced up by
unless he wins the game or catches
Despite
cheating.
Yami's
Okay, all right.
retribution, Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half. Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either.
Right,
But
yeah.
after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura and some seriously hard
Florence.
Yugi
His
and
name is
Yami
Florence.
learned
I
each
will
other's
expect.
shtick and made the
I will accept
dynamic
no
duo.
less.
With friends Taya, Tristan, and their left leg Joey.
Yeah, there we go.
Yami, we're ready for anything.
Because Yugi had a great early deck. Monsters for offense, spells for effects, and traps for setups. Oh, and Exodia. Oh.
Yeah, there goes
we go.
Exodia.
Okay, if you
I mean,
can
he
deck
should
is
still
so
have
good,
Exodia by the
why
end of
isn't it
the by the
meta?
end by
Put
the end
me
of
in,
this, but
coach.
like,
Face my 2,000 card deck.
ah,
Don't be too
there
quick
we
to
go.
judge. Yugi's a very clever strategist. His style works best at maximizing the use of so-called terrible cards.
Yeah, cool story, Wiz. But
Hmm.
what's he gonna do about the 3 blue eyes Kaiba's got aiming at his dome?
Simple. Summon the monster card Karibo and have it multiply. With
Yeah,
a
there we go.
1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle breeze.
Well,
Hmm.
okay. Didn't know Yugi had that dog in him. But
Hmm.
I'm about brute force. Buster Blader and Celtic Guardian are sick, nasty swordsmen. Summon
Hmm.
Skull shoots bolts of lightning. And the giant soldier of stone can destroy moons.
Time Wizard's better. It's a living clock that fast forwards or rewinds a local area of time, turning monsters to infants or wizards into wise sages.
Speaking of wizardry, you can't have a Yugi deck without his right hand.
Ah,
Dark
here we go.
Magician and his apprentice,
Dark Magician Girl. Yeah, there we
Both are
go.
Masters of dark magic.
Oshawott will be
Yugi pairs them
heartbroken.
with the damage redirecting magic cylinder. Now that's thinking with portals.
There's support monsters too. Catapult Turtle is a bot with a cannon that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilizes monsters, they brought down an entire fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works. Is
Right,
it
yeah.
cheating?
Well, we're prioritizing the manga and anime over
Yeah,
anything else.
there
which
we
can
go.
differ from the real
Which
world
can
card
differ
game.
from
Yugi also
yeah.
has
There we
tons
go.
of spell cards. Monster Reborn resurrects a fallen friend.
Yeah,
Time
and there we
jumps,
go.
time skip,
Yeah,
and
once
Pot of
Ash
Greed
loses
lets
like
Yugi
one of
draw
his
2 more
Pokemon,
cards, like
it's
Pot of Greed,
typically
which
out
lets him draw 2
forever.
more cards,
And
like
meanwhile,
Things get dicey
yeah,
if he
there
has
we go.
more
Pot
trap
of Greed
cards
allows
on
me
the
to draw
field,
2 more
like Dimension
cards.
Sphinx, which reflects damage
But what does Pot
directly
of Greed
back at the
do?
opponent's life points.
And if his monsters and life points get wiped, he can just press Control-Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator, Pegasus.
Get
Yeah.
this, Pegasus can read minds. So in their duel, Yugi and Yami kept swapping souls Freaky Friday style, trusting each other to pick up on the strategies they left behind. And the
Yeah,
mind
there we
reader
go.
was stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds.
Yeah, if anything, he
Regardless,
cheated
Yugi
first.
and Yami are an excellent
Then again, the
duo.
Yu-Gi-Oh anime
Yami
is full of
trusts Yugi
cheating,
to
so-
improve on his plans, while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They're not just smart. These card-slinging geeks are somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive
Yeah,
attacks
there
from
we go.
duel monsters. Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and wreck cities.
And all of this power culminated in Battle City, hosted
Yeah, there
by
we go.
Kaiba.
By Seto Kaiba.
Kaiba really wanted that salty runback.
Yeah,
with his rival.
yeah.
Salt only surpassed by Yami's biggest hater, Merrick,
Yeah.
who wanted
Melvin.
the three
It is
Egyptian god
Melvin.
cards to take
I will
out.
accept
These
no
cards
less.
were Slifer, the Electric Dragon, Ra, the God Phoenix, and Obelisk, who strikes with
Tormentor.
the power of infinity.
This was a different ball game altogether, but Yugi was starting to stand on his own 2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi kept dueling on in a battle city that never wants to end.
Right, yeah.
Stop bullying
It-
Joey. But to claim
yeah.
the Egyptian gods, Yugi and Yami had to face them in
Mokuba,
duels,
make sure
pulling off
Wheeler's
some
late.
ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks that went past the god's limits.
And later,
Well.
Yugi combined Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl's magic into Black Burning magic, promptly defeating Ra.
This ain't new for the magicians. In the movie Bonds Beyond Time, they did
Ah, here
something
we go.
similar
Okay.
against Paradox. It's kind of crazy that together, the magicians can defeat the 10-star gods, which are way stronger than mid-tier monsters that are 5 to 9 stars.
Mid-tier cards aren't pushovers. Dark Dragon is a sentient black hole. Planet
there we go.
solar systems. And Jaden's Glow Neos destroyed a relativity field that spawned an entire universe.
But at the time,
Yeah,
would
here
be
we
the
go.
great evil god Zork, who showed up to plunge existence into the realm of darkness. It was time for Yugi to finish the puzzle of who Yami really is.
If the monsters weren't real before, they sure were now. Everyone has soul energy, Ba,
Okay.
which manifests as Ka, or a spirit. When used in tandem with the bonds of his cards, Yugi can will dual monsters into reality, even drawing anyone he wishes by believing
Right, yeah.
in the heart,
In the heart of the cards. Yeah, there we
Knew
go.
it. He's been cheating all this time. He doesn't just make up rules, he's stacking his deck.
Not at all. For Yugi, drawing the card he needs isn't just luck, it's an actual skill that he developed. It's even
Right,
expanded
yeah.
in the following series like GX and 5Ds.
Okay, well, I'd be the king of games too if I could just decide.
Right,
to
yeah.
have a
At the
royal
end of the day,
flush
this
and
is basically
well,
cheating.
Yami rediscovered his Egyptian past, his multiple lifelong bonds, and his real name, Atem.
Atem,
Claiming
yep.
his place as the ruler of the afterlife, Atem fused the Egyptian god cards to summon Harakti, the creator
Ah,
of
here we
light.
go.
She's the ultimate duel monster who banished Zork and all of his scary darkness for good. The epitome of screw you, I win.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah,
For
that- yeah.
Harakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's multiverse
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that
plus
same
Yugi
light.
definitely has more
Judgment
screw
had
you, I win
passed.
moves,
Across
so-
many duels, evil was vanquished. There was only one more thing left to do.
A post-game boss
Created the
duel between
multiverse. Yeah,
Yugi
there we
and
go.
Atem.
Okay.
Their farewell was both climactic and bittersweet.
Hmm.
Yugi had grown as a duelist and a person. His victory proved that he no longer needed Atem's help to be his bolder half.
Even when Atem was an entire dimension away or busy slapping the end of existence, he and Yugi would always be bros.
Yeah.
Okay, it should have been me, not him. I'm sorry
Yeah,
I
there
called
we
you
go.
a cheater. I was jealous. You're so cool.
Yeah,
Yugi
okay.
moved on to a career in game design and passed the torch to future duelists.
Yeah, there we
Yugi
go.
remembered as the greatest duelist there ever was.
Except to Kaiba.
Except to
who tried
Kaiba,
to escape
yeah.
to the afterlife to rematch Atem. Goes to show you that money can't buy you happiness, but it sure can buy you a sweet rocket ship.
It
There
can,
will
can't
always
it?
be another story, another duel, another game, and you won't find yourself a better opponent than the king of games.
That was really good
The
stuff.
Battle of the Millennium
Okay.
is about to start, but we
But
wouldn't
yeah.
be able to make it happen without some help from our friends at
Raycon.
Raycon.
Okay, all
That's
right.
right. This message is
Again,
sponsored by
like I
Raycon.
think
If you're
that
looking
that
for a
final
holiday gift,
monster
Raycon's
Horiarty or
essential
whatever,
opening earbuds
wherever
should be at the
they were
top of your
called.
list.
Yeah, I think
Earbuds
that's going to be
plug
like the
in
final
everything.
thing because
These
it
beauties
said
sit
like
so
it created the
perfectly in
multiverse, and I
here.
think
You
that
get both real
that
clear
probably
sound
scales
and also
higher
what's
than like
happening
Dialga
around
and
you.
Palkia.
Exactly what I know
But
when I'm out lawnmower
I mean,
racing,
I'm welcome to be wrong.
riding, jogging,
But
whatever normal
it-
people do.
We're happy
But yeah,
that
like
Raycon
I'm
is a
still rooting for my
longtime
boy
sponsor of our
Ash.
show,
I
and for
believe in
good
him all the
reason.
way.
They have over 3
But if I
million
were to bet
customers
money,
who
it
are
would be
getting
on
premium sound
Yugi.
quality
That
for half the price.
it's
And
sad,
if you don't like
but
your earbuds, they have a 30-day guarantee.
Yeah.
So there's
I
practically no
say
risk.
this surrounded by my
Wait, last
Pokemon
up,
merch.
the
You guys
ads
can't
on
see
one
it,
charge,
but
and
like
with multi-point connection, I can
man.
wirelessly hook them up to multiple devices.
It-
So they're super handy.
The
Yeah,
essential
okay.
earbuds are here for
All
the
right.
holiday season, and they're selling fast.
I don't really know what else
Products
to
are
say here. I think I've literally said all I can on the subject. Like I spent 20 minutes going over my connection with Pokemon and to a lesser extent Yu-Gi-Oh. But
Order by December
yeah,
15th,
all right.
guaranteed
I
delivery
just
by
really
Christmas,
wanted to get the battle
shouldn't
over
show
with.
up late.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's do this.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Before we start,
Oh.
let's lay some ground rules.
Oh, okay, we're doing the
This
ground
as
rules.
a real-time
Okay.
fight, much like typical
Real-time
battles
fight.
in the Pokemon
Okay.
anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime.
Okay.
And given that the rules of Pokemon and duel monsters are clearly incompatible,
Right,
we'll
yeah.
allow them to summon anything that's reasonably available to them.
Okay.
Time to
All right.
Death
Death battle! Yes, he did the thing! He did the thing! Okay, that's all I wanted. It's time for a death battle! Okay, alright. Oh, this is fun! Oh, I love this. Yeah, alright. Oh, okay. Just getting right into it.
You okay, Pikachu? Yes, we're on.
Yeah, like I said, that is a spot-on impression.
But I have Lightning Blade and Excalibur to boost my attack. And I set one card face down to end my turn.
Whoa. Okay, guys, it's our turn now. Pikachu, throw him off with quick attack. Everyone else, back him up.
Oh yeah, I forgot they got Jason Page to sing the song in the background. Oh, the guy who sang the original Pokemon theme. I love this.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You forgot about my face down card. Rise! Dimension Space!
Oh, okay, Crocker. I'm sorry, Crocodile used Dig. All right. Oh. Yeah. Good on you, Crocodile.
Good thing we brought them all, right, Pikachu?
What do you mean, them all?
Yeah. 30 Tauros, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's already switching the cap back. That's actually. Okay, Charizard. Okay, that's a. Yeah, there we go. Hey, there's Kuribo. Oh, okay, Incineroar's actually fighting for the first time. Ash's Incineroar is fighting. Alright, Mega Lucario. Hey, Birdie. Oh, the goats working together. Oh, already getting Solgaleo out. All right. Okay, which are the god cards? Okay, Slifer, I'm guessing. Oh no, is that all of them, or no? It's just Slifer. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, Gengar. Like, oh man, G-Max Gengar. Oh, okay. Absorbing it into the Millennium Puzzle, alright. Alright. Oh, there's Greninja! Ash Greninja! Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, partner. Don't worry. It's my turn now.
Yeah, alright.
I just need to believe in the heart of the cards.
Alright, Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. I'm guessing, yeah, the other 3 God cards.
Who's that Pokemon?
Haroxy!
Yeah, here we go.
This is it! Magicians! Flash burning magic! Haroxy! Joser!
Oh boy, here we go. Solgaleo's going for it. Come on. Oh man, swords are revealing like to stop them. Come on, Ash.
Pikachu, let's finish this.
Yeah,
Together!
one way or another, we're ending this. 10 million. Oh, they're cycling through all of Ash's costumes. Oh man, come on.
You activated my trap card! Magic Cylinder!
Oh, okay.
I'll send your Thunderbolt back to attack your light!
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh man. Oh, that sucks. Oh, they all turned to stone. Okay.
That
Yeah.
was an awesome duel, Ash.
Yeah, there we go. The end. Got it. Yeah. Oh man, I'm heartbroken, but that was so cool.
My childhood.
Yeah.
Quick, I need your tears. We can save him.
There's
Yeah,
a lot to
there
this,
we
so
go.
let's break it down by
We can still save him.
strategy and monsters.
All right, okay,
Starting
let's do
with
this.
Experience. Both Ash and Yugi have risen to the top, beating the best of the best, and
Mm-hmm.
traveled all over the world.
But Ash traveled more, was in more tourneys, and
Yeah,
saved the
there we
world
go.
way more often.
Sure, he has a lot of
Despite what
experience
people
losing,
say,
but he
wins a lot.
yeah.
Tim's stint as the Pharaoh doesn't tip the scale since he wasn't in charge for very long.
Okay.
Plus, Pokemon evolve over time, literally and figuratively. While Yugi's deck is obviously adjustable, the cards are unchanging, unable to grow like Ash's Pokemon.
Okay,
So
that's
Ash
fair.
wins in experience, but when it comes to strategy, he's a wild card.
He's skilled
Right,
at
yeah.
improvisation and using the environment to win. Even machines cannot comprehend his tactics.
But the same goes for Yugi.
Right,
Gotta
yeah.
Remember, Yugi and Atem's teamwork is second to none. They're masters at exploiting weaknesses, setting up tricks,
Yeah.
and surprising foes with so-called weak cards.
Both
Yeah,
could
that's
likely
fair.
adjust to each other's unpredictability, so a Dark Horse style win was unlikely.
But Ash's secret weapon is his bond with his Pokemon.
Right,
boosting their
yeah.
Power. I'm not just talking about Pikachu. His power of friendship invented an evolution for Greninja.
Right,
It's
yeah.
crazy. Ash's trust in his Pokemon knows no limits.
Silly as it may sound, Yugi trusts his deck in the same way. The heart of the cards
Okay.
is real.
Okay,
and Yugi's
all right.
determined
Fair-
to support
okay,
his
you know what?
monsters
Fair
with
enough.
spells, traps, and buffs. Look at his duels with Merrick and Paradox, where he bolstered his weaker cards to take down gods. With Ba and Ka, his bonds with his cards manifest them into reality, not so dissimilar from Ash Greninja.
Yeah, Ash has aura, but he never mastered it. And specialties like Mega Evolution and Gigantamax, while awesome, only work with specific Pokemon.
Okay,
Since
yeah.
Ash focuses on offense far more than support, Yugi can
Okay,
control
yeah,
the pace
fair
of the
enough.
fight with cards like Swords of Reveal
Yeah, like I
Light
said,
and Magic
Yugi's
Silver.
gonna have more
But I know
battlefield
some
control.
of you are asking, what if Ash threw hands? The kid's strong enough to chuck trees and lift baby gods. Just punch him, man. Well, Yugi's similarly tough. And the
Yeah,
Millennium Puzzle
yeah,
can
okay.
make shields,
Like, we
steel
joke,
bows,
but, like,
cast
yeah,
illusions,
Yugi is
and
pretty
mess with
tough
minds. If
in his own
Ash
right.
actually tried to punch him, it'd be Mewtwo all over again.
Yeah,
It's a close
sucks.
call, but Yugi
It is
takes
close,
the
but
edge
yeah.
in strategy.
Okay, so it's
it
gonna
all
come down to his
comes
monsters.
to the
Here we
monsters.
go. Yeah.
Yugi had a slightly larger pool of monsters, but Ash's can clear out island-wide storms, fight terraforming beasts, and are stronger than the black hole summoning Gardevoir.
However, Yugi's can rain down meteors, compete with larger black holes, and even the mid-tiers scale to glow Neos, destroying that relativity field with a universe. And Harakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's whole multiverse.
Yeah, there we go.
surpassing even Solgaleo's Sunsteel Strike and Dialga's Roar of Time.
Yeah, there we
And
go.
Yugi had more than just monsters on the field. Ash's strength was also his weakness.
Yeah.
His power was evenly spread, reliant only on his remaining Pokemon.
Yeah.
Mr. Mime faints, no more Psychic Barrier.
Yeah, there we
If you
go.
lost Lucario, no more Mega Evolution. And so on. The longer the battle went, the less Pokemon Ash had.
Right,
And
the
he
less
did
and
not
less
have a
options he
reliable way
has.
to bring them back.
Yeah, like
He
I
doesn't
said.
carry revives on him, and even then, reviving Pokemon in the anime is entirely different from the games. Meanwhile, Yugi had cards like Mirage Ruler and Monster Reborn that could instantly
Yeah.
recall powers he's lost.
And he can, bend fate to draw whatever card
Yeah,
he
there we
wants.
go. He's
And we didn't
always,
even
like I said,
cover
he's
them all.
always going to have
Really,
control over
Yugi's deck
what he
has
gets.
No pathetic cards.
Yeah, there we go.
Yugi's
Okay.
versatility and power swept Ash's options.
They didn't
His
even
monsters
include Exodia.
didn't.
That's like,
He just
okay.
needed the right moment to knock Ash stone cold.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
a good attempt at a pun, Wiz.
Okay,
you might
wow.
not think it's Pharaoh, but Ash got Yugi
Jason Page, yeah,
owned.
okay.
The
Oh,
winner is Yugi Moto.
Yeah, congrats to Yugi. All right, more fights are coming, so we'll be back with even more. Yeah, okay. Tune for Death Battle
will be
26.
back in
All right.
2026. But right
All
now,
right.
you can check out our brand new channel.
So,
It's called
I'm-
Nightly Brew, and we're playing
we only got
Dungeons
50 more
and Dragons,
seconds,
Sword
so,
on the
like-
Clock Tower, and other games that'll probably blow up in our face. So check it out right now, and make sure to subscribe. Thanks.
All right, let's see. Are they going to go into it next time, or is it just okay? They're not going to go into it next time. Okay, because they technically have already officially announced Geats versus Nero. So, okay. But yeah, all right. Who knows when 2026, Death Battle's coming out? I'm gonna guess sometime late January. I know they said like they take like a break like once that particular season comes to an end, but we don't know how long of a break that's going to be. But yeah, they pretty much, summed up pretty much everything I thought the battle was going to be. Maybe I'm not 100% on the strategy going to Yugi, but I definitely see, why they gave it to Yugi. So, like I said, I believe I said it in the beginning that it comes down, when it comes down to it, Yugi's always going to have more control over the battlefield and put Ash on the back foot, but when Ash is on the back foot, that's when he's at his best, and he starts pulling BS maneuvers out of his ass. So yeah, but they did go a lot further into that strategy advantage than I really thought they would. So I can definitely appreciate plus I didn't exactly read most of the black boxes, so maybe they went further in depth on this stuff, but yeah, this was great. I loved every bit of this. I would have loved it even more if Ash had won, but you know what? I kind of expected Yugi to win. I did say rooting for Ash, but betting on Yugi. So yeah, I'm glad I at least prevented myself from going, I'm betting it all on Ash like I typically do. Because I believe it was Death Battle Season 10 that really did not work it worked in my favor a bit too much. I think I wasted all my good luck betting on the underdog. Because yeah, then they came back. Yeah, all right, you guys get what I mean. But yeah, I can't wait for Kamen Rider Geats versus Saber Nero whenever that happens. They still got to do other death battles. They still got to do Aang versus Traveler. They still got to do Gru versus Megamind. I do believe they still have a few more unannounced battles that they haven't done, that they just didn't announce in the Kickstarter. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to listen to Millennial Monsters on its own, because from what little I gathered watching the battle, I loved every bit of it. So yeah, all right. This has been almost an hour-long video, Jesus. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go back to playing Pokemon Legends ZA, because hey, the DLC's coming out and I've already paid for it. So yeah, I'm playing that DLC. The streets say Legends ZA is bad. Fuck the streets. So yeah, anyway, yeah, I got nothing else to say, so I'm just gonna end the video here. So yeah, till next time, guys. See ya.